Welcome to the Boardroom Coach. I'm John McLaughlin, and this is the Daily Lens, the weekday briefing where we look beyond the headline to what it reveals about leadership, decision making, and organizational behavior under pressure. Today, we're looking at the shift happening in insurance that most leadership teams are still treating as a pricing issue, but it goes much further than that. What we are seeing is insurers stepping back from certain types of risk or making that risk significantly more expensive to cover. For many businesses, especially in the mid-market, that is showing up as a difficult renewal conversation. On the surface, it feels like a cost pressure. Premiums go up, coverage tightens, and the immediate reaction is to negotiate or find alternative providers. But what's really happening is that risk is moving. It is shifting from the insurer back onto the business. And that changes the nature of the conversation entirely. Because once you are holding that risk yourself, even partially, you need a much clearer view of what it actually is. Not just in theory, but in financial and operational terms. What could go wrong, how likely it is, and what it would mean for the business if it did. One thing that becomes very clear in these situations is how few organizations have built that capability properly. Risk has often been managed through transfer rather than understanding. The additional layer here is how this plays into investment and growth decisions. If your underlying risk profile is higher than you assumed, or less well understood, it should change how you think about expansion, capital allocation, and resilience. That is where this becomes a leadership issue and not an insurance one. So the question I have is this. If the market is signaling that your risk is higher than you believed, are you prepared to challenge your own assumptions, or are you still trying to ignore that signal and bury it in procurement? You've been listening to The Daily Lens with me, John McLaughlin, the Boardroom Coach. If this episode gave you something to think about, subscribe for weekday audio briefings and the weekly newsletter. Until next time, look beyond what is being said to what it means and what it leads to.